My name is Saeed from Nahal.com. To explain it to you in like 5 minutes or less than a minute.
You've got
Nahal.com is a young startup. It's what we're trying to do is to build the largest business-to-consumer online marketplace or online store in the region. Business-to-consumer meaning that when you come to our website, you're buying from us. We control everything from the products you find on the website to the pricing, to delivery, payment gateways. It's we handle everything from A to B. So it's not like what you might be familiar with, consumer to consumers, where John sells his watch to Mike. It's all brand new products, lowest prices. We push a lot on variety. So when you look into our subcategories, you'll find hundreds of laptops as opposed to the normal selection you're used to at a normal retailer. So that's basically Nahal.com in a nutshell. What makes us different from the rest is our lowest prices, the variety we have, although it's nowhere close to where we want to take it, but we've done pretty well so far, and our service. And when we talk about service, it's more than just being friendly on the phone. It's actually delivering on time, delivering before if you can, having call centers available where it's about sales or just answering questions about the products. So just basically giving you a hassle-free shopping experience, and that is our tagline, basically.
How big are you and how many uniques are you getting? How busy is the site?
For June, we did about 15,000 uniques.
Okay.
It's still, I mean, again, like I said, we're still a startup. The numbers are still small. They're growing. It was a lot bigger than May.
That's right.
But we can't compare it to last year because it hasn't been a year yet.
Are you self-funded?
No, we have partners.
No, I mean, do you have any VCs or angel investors?
It started off bootstrapping, then angel investor, then we went second level, Series B, stuff like that.
What is the spelling of your website?
The spelling is Nahel, just like it's Nahel as a B. The name is based on our original business model, which has changed because we realized that what we were doing wasn't exactly workable for this market. So we just adapted and we changed the business model a little bit, and that's what you'll find today.
I've been to Nahal.com, it's a good site.
Thank
Do
you.
you have your warehouses here? Do you have
Do we stock? You mean? Do we?
Yeah.
No, we don't. We it's kind of similar to a dropship model. Just to keep our costs low, we keep our inventory with our suppliers.
Okay.
So we have dozens of suppliers around Dubai mostly.
Okay.
Now we're starting to get more suppliers that are based out of the country. But to answer your question, no, we don't keep anything on hand.
So basically you're linking the consumer as to the suppliers and you're just delivering it.
Right, right. Just without the consumer having to manage where the seller is or who the seller is or anything like that.
That's how you can go with hundreds of products.
Right, exactly. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this, so.
Are you selling just products or services as well?
No, just products, tangible products.
I was curious
No,
about your
go ahead.
story with Souq.com.
Yeah.
I heard you started with Souq, then you converted to
Exactly. Nahal started our original business model. Sometimes if you read about Nahal, you'll hear about winning a business plan competition in Toronto. That is based on the original idea, not what we're doing today. Nahal was meant to be a trading assistant, meaning we offer the service to consumers or businesses to sell their products on existing marketplaces. So if we were in the US, we would be using eBay. Here in this market, we were using Souq.com. So Yusuf will call us, says he wants to sell his phone. We pick it up for him. We do the photography. We put it on Souq.com. Once the operation is done, the sale is completed, we collect the funds, give it back to him minus our commission. Now the reason why we left Souq was because they didn't have the purchasing power that we would need as a business to sustain. And also we couldn't market ourselves enough to buyers, as well as it wasn't scalable. Our operational expenses were increasing far higher than our sales were. So we decided to keep the same infrastructure going, but to sell through our own platform. That way we have more control on our product, on our service, on our prices. Things like that.
Do you sell second hand?
No. No, we focus, even dealing with secondhand, we dropped that also. So we just focus right now on brand new products.
Souk.com is now, you see, as a competition.
No, Souk.com itself is not competition because Souk.com only provides a platform for traders.
So in the market, who do you see as your competition?
About Souk, we see the individual sellers. I mean, Souk empowers competition for us. It provides them with an easy platform for them to compete with us. But to give you a list of competitors, local, there are countless. Every week there's a new one. They're starting and closing all the time. Sure.
Are you like a typical retailer that handles like the warranty service contracts, or because when you buy a laptop you get a
Right.
1-year, 3-year warranty, etc. Do you handle that kind of thing, or do you just pass off to the suppliers?
To the manufacturer.
Oh, the manufacturer.
Because,
itself?
yeah, most of our products come from the manufacturer through the official distribution lines. And you're protected by the same warranty you are when you go to Sharaf or Jumbo to buy, if we were talking about electronics. For some products that we get that are not covered by manufacturer's warranty, we have our own. It's called a worry-free warranty. You pay about 10% more. And it goes it's more extensive than covers accidental damage, spillage, things like that.
Said, in 5 minutes, why did you decide to do it? I mean, I can go to Amazon and do shop and ship and...
Well, the reason we decided to build our own website and stuff like that, we just had reached a critical stage where it's either we change
Okay.
or we just...
So you saw a significant pain in this market and you went after it and Nahl.
The original one, see, look,
Okay.
the original one, I guess you could say timing wasn't right. I'm sure in 5 years, Souk will have the type of buyers that businesses can sustain on.
Okay.
But when we were on Souk, we controlled 40% of their inventory, and we were the top sellers. But even with those figures, they might sound good, but they're not enough. Especially because they don't. For example, on eBay, there's tons and tons of applications and software that allow you to streamline and automate. Here, you want to add an extra 500 more products a day, you need to get 10 more people to physically sit there and do data entry. Plus, us and Souk had conflict of interest. They started competing with us, and we just cut basically the ties and went independent.
What is #1 challenge you're having now?
Number one, today, or just in general?
You challenge. Yeah.
There's tons. I mean, we have operations problems, we have IT problems. I can't really put my finger on one specific one. I think it's basically that the business and the business people here are not as advanced as they are in the rest of the world. People talk about, people might not go shop online, they're scared, but at the same time you do have, your suppliers or your partners that you're trying to convince that, take this step with me and I'll show you that there are people that will buy online. So, I mean, that's one that just came up today. It's a pain to deal with.
It's not a question, just a comment.
Sure.
I was discussing it with my friend.
Yeah.
I live in Sheikh Zayed Road.
Okay.
I have 30 shops under my window.
Mm-hmm.
I have Dubai Mall. I have Festival City. I have Mumbai. I have one Emirates.
So you live in Dubai, basically.
Exactly. Why should I shop from Dubai?
It depends. What are you looking for? Anything?
Cheap or new?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's usually, that could be the number one thing. For example, would you go to Dubai Mall just to buy the same perfume you buy every week? Or not every week, but every month? Hope you don't use that much.
I love to go to Dubai Mall. It's nice. I go see the fountain.
Right, yeah, exactly. There is, see, that's the thing about Dubai. There are malls everywhere.
But you
Dubai-
can't do that at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, that's obviously something that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
People here use malls. They go to malls even when they're not shopping. But with that said, sometimes there are certain things that you do go to the mall socially. With the girls go with their girlfriends, guys go. But at the end of the day, you need a BlackBerry. You know which one it is. You know you're gonna get ripped off at the mall. So why go? I mean, you do it at work. We deliver it to you while you're at work. You're saving money. It's the same product. Same thing goes to perfumes. We save our customers
What's the delivery period normally?
Well, for him, we could do it the same day because he lives on Sheikh Zayed Road, but we promise next day or the day after, depending where you are in the country. But we don't tell our customers we do same day unless we 100% guarantee it. We just tell people next day or the day after. Thanks.
How do you control your stock availability?
How do we control our stock?
Availability,
Yeah, that is actually one of the problems we face. And that is something we're tackling. When we started as a startup. So you're trying to move faster than you can. So we started with basically small distributors, small suppliers that could fund us, a few hundred products. As we're growing, now we're starting to align ourselves with the major distributors. So we are starting to build. Now, if you see Nahal today and you see Nahal in 2 months, it'll look completely different. But what'll be most different about it is the back end and the way it integrates with our distributors. About API integration, stock management, supply chain, stuff like that. So right now it's a lot of manual stuff on the phone, faxes sent back and forth, daily updates, but eventually it'll be in real time.
There was a website called Brownback.
Yeah.
They promised 1 hour delivery.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. And I don't think they continue.
No. Brown Bag is very different from us. The products they offer, perishable foods, for example. They offer magazines, and the whole 1 hour thing, that is something that we will not even mess with, because you need fulfillment centers all over the city. And to be successful in e-commerce, you have to keep your operations low to the minimum. What's next after an hour? You can't. Buy today, we'll deliver yesterday.
1 hour thing.
But yeah, but from what I understood is that the reason, I don't know if the reason they're not around anymore, I don't know why exactly, but they tried to open so many centers that they can reach you in 1 hour. So him being on Sheikh Zayed Road or me being in Discovery Garden, that's when you really start to compete with, if you're in Jumeirah, the Ba'ale, if you're on Sheikh Zayed Road, the grocery, the 24/7, that's when you really start to compete. When you're buying a Pepsi, it's not going to be cheaper than a dirham. A magazine's not going to be much cheaper than 10. It's just a different business, us and them. Why they really are not running anymore, I'm not really sure, but that's my assumptions.
Sorry, I don't mean to hold it.
No, of course not.
I'm just curious. What about returns and support of the product? So if I buy something from Amazon, if
Yeah.
I have a problem, I just pick up the phone, call Amazon. Will the customers call you?
You can call Amazon?
Well, I'll call them.
You can't call Amazon, but you
Hook
can
me up
call
with that
us.
number,
Well,
because
that's what I'm asking.
We have we actually just launched our 24/7 call center yesterday.
Oh, so you'll handle that?
Yeah, we handle, 1 is for sales and 2 is for returns. We have a 60-day return policy. Nobody has that. Not even our distributors have that.
What does your average gross margin look like?
Our average gross margin. I have a business plan now. It depends. We sell everything from perfumes to electronics. And if you're in retail, electronics is peanuts. For accessories, it's a much bigger margin. So it depends on the departments you look at, because we look at our website based on departments, and that's how we fragment it. It goes and it fluctuates. It can go from 30% to 2%. But that 2% can equate to a couple hundred, while that 30% is nothing. So it really depends. That's it.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.